Alrighty, so, hello once again, out there in WTF Radio, America land. Well, here we go. Just had some shit come across my desk about, a couple of things that I want to touch on real quick. First thing I want to touch on a real serious note, the tweet that went out by our resident Twitter-in-chief, Donald Trump, talking and, measuring dicks with Kim Jong-un and whatnot over who's got the better working nuclear button. All right. I'm sick and tired of hearing everybody on the liberal left just straight up bashing so much, especially when they have no idea really what the actual impact is about what the fuck it is that North Korea can actually do, as opposed to what can actually happen, as opposed to what North Korea actually does. Okay? And I know that might seem confusing. Let me break that down. It's real simple. Okay? Ever so often, every couple of years when, presidencies change hands, so to speak, what happens? Especially what happens with the Democrats. Now, you don't have to take my word for this. You can totally go ahead and search any of this information for yourselves. But I'm going to give you a little history lesson. Okay? Kim Jong-il. Kim Jong-il was the dictator in North Korea. Threatened the world with nuclear disaster and or nuclear weapons manufacturing, and he wanted stuff for his people because they're a communist country. Their fucking economy is always in the toilet. People start to starve. I don't want to sound like I am some kind of asshole and don't care about people, because like I said before, I'm not an asshole. I mean, I'm a bit of a dick, yeah, but at the same token, their goal is to get money from whoever possible that they can get money from to keep their economy going, their communist regimes going, their communist, actual fascist regimes going. So what do? Every couple of years they come out, they throw up a goddamn, a threat here and there. Oh, we're going to make these fucking weapons, man. We're going to make these weapons. We're going to make them good. We're going to blow you the fuck up. And then what do? What do we do as Americans? Obviously we're not going to adhere to the demands of terrorists and tyrants. Are we? Because that's kind of the policy, right? That's the policy. That's the policy. I'm pretty sure that's the policy. That we're not gonna give in to terrorists. But then what happened? Kim Jong-il, he threatened nuclear war, or nuclear manufacturing. I'm sorry. Let me retract that statement and put this out there. He was threatening the world with nuclear manufacturing and creating nuclear missiles. And then what happened? Bill Clinton turns around and gives into their demands and gives them stuff, money mostly, and then they shut up. They say that they stopped their, nuclear manufacturing bit and stuff like that. They didn't at all. That's why we're in the predicament that we're in now. They've actually never stopped, ever. The money that has been given to them from multiple different countries, thanks to the UN and the United States of American governments at the time, giving into terrorist demands. Oh yeah, that's what they're doing. They're giving in. And then why are they giving in? You know what I mean? Because they don't want to subject people to war, possibly. You know? And then what happens? They go away for a while. When they go away, you know, nobody hears from them for a while because they've got that deal. That deal's been done. They try to do anything else, well then, you know, the president at the time is going to come back in and they're going to wag their finger, but what about our deal? We made a deal, goddammit, and when you make a deal, you stick to that deal. You know what I mean? Your job was to make me look good, and I was to make you look good to your communist people. It's the exchange, right? Left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing. Taxes go up. Infrastructure goes down. Import, export, prices get outrageous for a while. I mean, come on, is this making fucking sense yet? It all comes down to the deal. And then the president at that time averts disaster and, you know, and make themselves out to look like a hero for a short time. A short time. A very short time. Okay? We're talking within years. We get what? 10 years, 5 years, 6 years, 8 years. And then they start their shit again with a new president. I mean, has anybody seen the cycle yet? You can totally look this shit up for yourself. It happened during the Clinton administration. It happened during Bush Sr.'s administration. And it's not just, you know, North Korea. Sometimes it's Iran or Iraq. They both get into the same shtick and the same shit too. And then what happens? The president at that time gives them shit, gives them stuff. And when he gives them stuff, they go away for a while. So they're basically gangsters. You know, coming out there with their fucking dick swinging New York accents. Yeah, so what you gonna throw over here, right? Here's what you're gonna throw, okay? You're gonna give me some money, all right? Otherwise, I'm gonna send Jimmy and Johnny in here to fuck your shit all up, all right? And then, you know, you're gonna pay me one way or the other, all right? Whether it be with fucking lives or it be with fucking money, you know? I gotta make my shit look good, all right? And then the president at the time is like, yeah, you know what? I want to make myself look good too. All right, fine. Here, take some money. Shut the fuck up. That's what happened. That's what happens. You know what I mean? Let me just dumb that down for you. I mean, that's basically what it is. It's a business exchange. It's a transaction. Why? It hurts our economy. It hurts the American people when we give in. And now we've got Trump in office. And Trump has said no. I don't blame him. Ronald Reagan said no. Trump's not saying no. He's not backing down. He's going to grab out the measuring stick and go out there and be like, yep. Look at this here. My dick's bigger than yours. That's basically what it's doing. It became a dick measuring competition. Should it be that way? You know? No. It shouldn't. But at the same token, the American people should not have to suffer in the shadow of a tyrant. It shouldn't ever come to something like that. Should it? I mean, ask yourself at the end of the day, you know, should it? Should we give in to people with evil intent that are still the money? Okay. Let me break it down again. If we turn around, we give them money. They've already got missiles going off into the air that they've tested to let us know that they've got capabilities. They can do some shit. So now we turn around, we give them money, which will further fund a lot of their technology and allow them to keep going and carrying this cycle out. Okay? We turn around, we give them money, they're just going to build bigger, better, badder bombs so that they can threaten people next time. I gotta say, this end result as it stands right now may result in war. Should it result in war? Maybe it should. You know, these commies are going to keep on trying to suck the world dry. And that's exactly what they're doing. You know what I mean? I hate that there are going to be innocent people within their country that are going to be caught in the crossfire. And it's true. It's bound to happen. There could be people caught in the crossfire on both sides. But at the same token, you know, are we going to give in to terrorist demands when our economy is just now starting to really boost up? You know what I mean? Should we do that? I don't think we should. I mean, you know, I like I said, I don't want to, you know, be made to look like some kind of heartless bastard because of the people that are actually going to suffer in the midst of all this. But at the same time, I care about America first. I'm a patriot. Like I said in my prologue, if you didn't watch it, I invite you to watch it. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And then, you know, you're going to get more of this stuff. This video was actually supposed to be another prologue, but this shit came across, and I was just like, you know what? I got to say something about it. Because that's the whole premise of me having my own YouTube channel. And I'm pretty sure I haven't been demonetized yet. But it could happen. But at the same token, you know, I don't feel we as American people should be always pummeling our president. Because, like it or not, Donald Trump is the president of the United States. But as long as, you know, there's this battle and fight with the media, you know, constantly going back and forth, the war still happening between Trump and Hillary Clinton, and, oh my God, you got so much of this liberal media that just wants to constantly hate on Trump. I thought liberals were mostly supposed to be about love and stuff like that, right? Now let me ask you a question. How smart is this? If you're all about love and shit like that, why do you constantly fucking beat and batter the shit out of one single individual man? I mean, it can't be based on the premise of what he stands for. And here's why I say that, okay? Donald Trump is a billionaire. And I mean, like I've already said and stated that I did not vote for the man. I did not vote for Hillary Clinton. I voted for me. But I had this conversation with a friend the other day who's a major liberal, and he kind of sees it the same way that I, took from the conversation. Donald Trump was a billionaire before any of this shit started. There was not a whole lot of people that really hated him or anything like that. Otherwise, he also wouldn't have been so successful in the public eye before he decided to run for public office. Is he what the country wants? Possibly not. Is he what the country needs right now? Maybe so. I mean, granted, I don't want to give the man credit, but I'll give credit where credit's due. Like I said, I'm a patriot. I respect the badge, if anything else. The man is the president of the United States, and he's not really doing that bad of a job. Aside from, saying a bunch of stupid shit on Twitter, which I absolutely hate and abhor, and I'm going to do a whole other video on that, you know what I mean, once I, get down with more editing and stuff like that, and I can link a lot of these things in so you can see exactly what it is that I'm talking about. I'm still learning some of this stuff. But, I mean, he's a billionaire. He was a billionaire before he started running for public office. And then he finally decided, okay, I'm going to throw in to become president of the United States. What happens? He becomes president of the United States and receives a shit ton of hate. And, granted, for him being a multi-billionaire, and I know some people, if you get into the comments, are going to say, oh, well, he went bankrupt. Well, if you really see and look at why he went bankrupt 6 times, was because it was to get out of certain deals, certain money making or lack of money making deals that he was losing money on. I mean, granted, it was not the greatest reproach to a failing business venture, but at the same token, he did what he had to do to capitalize, later on, and he did. I mean, granted, he might not be all there upstairs when it comes to, having a filter on his mouth, but at the same token, he's a pretty good businessman. I mean, I read a couple of his books. I'm actually in the middle right now of reading the Michael, what the hell's his name? I don't know, the guy who just wrote Fire and Fury. I'm still in the middle of that book right now, and I gotta say, some of that stuff is kind of rocky, kind of shaky. Information isn't matching up a little bit right now, but we'll see how the book goes. I'm gonna do another video based on that when I finally finish the book. But anyway, all that being said, he became president of the United States, and the economy's been kind of on the upswing, and if you're denying that, you're in a coma. I mean, because seriously, it's been in an upswing. I mean, you can't frickin' cut that up any way, shape, or form. The tax bill in and of itself. It shows to me that, because I read the bill. If you read the bill, granted, I don't understand why liberals do a lot of this shit either. They're making projections over the next 10 years. How often have your projections ever been right? Fucking stop it, okay? You're always wrong, usually. I'd say 7 to 8 times out of 10. You're wrong with your projections. Just stop doing them. Because the people that are falling for them are they're losing brain cells because of it. Just fucking stop. Shit. You don't know what the fuck is gonna happen unless you are a seer of the fucking future and have some kind of inordinate mutant ability. You cannot do that. Stop projecting. Plain and fucking simple. Next. Anyway. Where the fuck was I at? I didn't prepare for any of this shit. I didn't write anything down. But seriously, Donald Trump became the president of the United States, and he's actually been doing kind of a good job. Maybe he doesn't deserve as much of the hate that he's getting from the left. You know what I mean? I mean, seriously, it's getting to the point where me, as a person who really wasn't for Trump, to start with, feels sorry enough for the guy and sees what's happening in the economy to see that, well, maybe he's, he didn't have to put his billions to bed to become the president of the United States and receive all this hate, and to actually help the economy like he's been doing. I mean, jobs are on the rise. He's brought back fucking a little over 1.5 million jobs. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, the economy's on the rise. A lot of overseas companies that were doing their manufacturing overseas are coming back. We're about to start manufacturing again, creating even more jobs and increasing American infrastructure. I mean, I don't see where this is a problem. Like I said in my prologue, before we have a bleeding heart for the rest of the world, what about here in America? What about helping out our homeless, our veterans that are homeless? Why don't we help the people here in America first before we start, overly concerning ourselves with the rest of the world? I mean, that's not a whole lot to ask, I don't think. Because there are people here in this country that need help. I mean, illegal immigration's gone down. I mean, over just the past year. I don't see any major issues aside from the fact that, he's President Twiddlefingers and is always on Twitter saying a bunch of shit that he really shouldn't. Hey, Trump, if you end up watching this video, bro, Mr. President, stop fucking putting your foot in your fucking mouth on Twitter, okay? Granted, yes, freedom of speech, you can do and say whatever you want, but at the same token, man, if it ain't about policy and it's a personal feeling or a personal opinion, keep that shit to yourself or within your inner circle. The rest of the public really doesn't need to know every single opinion that is in your fucking head. Just saying. However, some of your opinions I do agree with. But just saying. Anyway, that's it for me on this conversation right now. Back to you, Dick. And we will fucking see you again. Welcome to WTF Radio. By the way, the second part of the prologue is going to be coming out probably middle of next week. So stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I don't think anybody has yet except for like one person. So, it'd be nice. Thanks. Once again, welcome to WTF Radio. It's a slow start, I know, but it's going to grow. I know it will.